Mock draft season is here, and we are talking about Mel Kiper Jr. and Daniel Jeremiah's latest projections for the Kansas City Chiefs for their first-round pick at 31 overall. We will reveal who Kiper and Jeremiah each have Kansas City selecting. And although they're different players, there is a common theme here. We'll explain that coming up, and we'll share our thoughts, give you a scouting report, and more coming up in just a little while from right now. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. If you want the Chiefs to have a great draft, here's what I need you to do. I need you to like today's video, folks. If we get 500 likes on the video, then I guarantee that the Chiefs are going to have a fantastic draft. But we all got to jump in and do our part. Hit that like button for a great draft, and we'll get started with today's show. ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. is projecting that the Kansas City Chiefs will select Texas offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. at 31 overall with their first-round pick. And I got to tell you, I really like Kelvin Banks Jr. a lot. This would be a fantastic pick for Kansas City if he's actually available there. More on that in just a moment. But let's go over what Mel had to say about projecting Banks to Kansas City at 31. This could easily be Oregon's Josh Connerly Jr., who is right behind Banks on my offensive tackle rankings and a potential first-rounder. Honestly, either player would be a good pick. The Chiefs' pass protection issues were on full display during the Super Bowl, and signing Jalen Moore, a backup in San Francisco, before getting a 2-year deal with the Chiefs is no guarantee to solve anything. Wanya Morris, Kingsley, and DJ Humphries weren't the answers, and Joe Thuney, who was a stopgap fix in moving outside from the guard, is now in Chicago. Personally speaking, I'm very high on Kelvin Banks Jr. I think he is the second best offensive tackle in this draft. And with this not being the best year for offensive tackles, I would personally be surprised if he's still available at 31 overall. If he is, Brett Veach and company should be running to the podium to hand that card to the commissioner, Roger Goodell, to make this pick. It would surprise me, but we've seen some crazy things happen before. Here's more from Mel Kiper Jr. Banks has the traits to help fortify Patrick Mahomes' pass protection. Perhaps Banks wins the left tackle job over Moore. Maybe he replaces Jawan Taylor on the right side, and maybe he even kicks inside to Thuney's vacated guard spot. Regardless of where he plays, Banks' experience, 42 college starts, quickness and power would be welcomed in Kansas City. Bottom line, folks, if I'm Andy Reid, if I'm the offensive line staff in Kansas City, I'm going to find a way to get Kelvin Banks in this starting lineup in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's playing at tackle or guard, if I have to move more to the guard spot potentially, you're going to find a way to make it work. The number one objective, and we saw this with the Kansas City Chiefs with their offensive line in 2024 with moving Joe Thuney to the left tackle spot, is to get the best 5 guys out there, to play positionless, much like positionless basketball of sorts. That's what you need to do, is get the best 5 out there. And Kelvin Banks, without question, if you draft him, would be one of your best offensive linemen, one of your best 5, and would have a ton of potential to be a quality player in the National Football League for Kansas City. More on Kelvin Banks, played for the University of Texas from 2022 to 2024, and he won all the awards last year, the Outland, the Lombardi, the Jacobs Blocking Award, a unanimous All-American, and a first-team All-SEC selection in his first year in that conference, making the transition over from the Big 12 conference. He had no problems there on that front with what he was able to do with just how well he was ready to go there with Texas and helping lead that team to back-to-back college football playoff appearances and getting to the SEC championship game. He was crucial there, protecting Quinn Ewers and creating run lanes as well for that very good rushing attack for Texas this past year. And you look at the grades for Kelvin Banks. Had an 86 overall grade, a pass block grade of 89.8, and a run block grade of 81.0. only allowed 1 sack and did get called for 7 penalties. But you can see, based on those numbers, he was really good across the board. Maybe a few too many penalties, but the grades held up in every single category. And you take it a step further, only allowed 1 sack, only allowed 2 hits and 7 hurries. Those are numbers you can live with. And there is talk that he might play guard at the next level, but I'll be happy either way with whatever position he plays for Kansas City. It's worthwhile. The scouting report on Kelvin Banks, smooth footwork. He's patient, and he can be trusted in space. He's got the desired agility out of his stance. He's consistent at the initial point of attack. And one negative, I will say, he does kind of lean too much in pass pro. That'll be something he needs to work on. But all in all, Mel, I think he knocked it out of the park. I love this pick for the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think personally he's going to be available when Kansas City picks at 31, but if he is, by all means, it'd be great for Kansas City. Should the Chiefs draft Kelvin Banks Jr.? You got 2 options here. Type D for draft, P for pass. Weigh in our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think if the Chiefs should draft Kelvin Banks or not. D for draft, P for pass. Let me know. Folks, I want to make sure you subscribe to the Kansas City Chiefs Report as we are bringing you daily Kansas City Chiefs coverage as we're talking everything from draft to free agency, trades, and more, all right here on your one-stop shop for all things Kansas City Chiefs. And the best part about subscribing, doesn't cost you a thing. Absolutely 100% free Chiefs coverage each and every day, the best Chiefs coverage you won't find anywhere else. And I got to tell you, I'm a big college football fan. I honestly love college football more than the NFL. So our draft content here, we are going to go in depth, and we're going to be able to talk about these players more than anyone else is out there, folks. We love college football, and we're excited to talk draft content over the next month plus here on the channel. Subscribe now, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Next up, let's head to NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah, who is projecting the Chiefs select Ohio State offensive tackle Josh Simmons at 31 overall. Jeremiah saying the following: I know the Chiefs signed Jalen Moore in free agency, but I'm not so sure Simmons won't ultimately be the better option for them at left tackle. Regardless, building quality depth up front would seem like a wise move based on the issues dealt with last season. Now, when I look at Josh Simmons here, he doesn't have ideal measurements for the tackle position. But, much like we talked about with Kelvin Banks, there is some positional flexibility here that could be a big key for Kansas City if they're going to draft him. He might be a guard at the next level, just like what we talked about with Banks. You find a spot to potentially make it work. Now, I like the Banks pick better, but I think that Daniel Jeremiah is a little more realistic in going with Simmons here as opposed to Banks, because I think that Banks is already going to be off the board when Kansas City picks at 31. But either way, I think you'd be in good shape with either lineman if you get the opportunity to draft one of the two at 31 overall. Pick one to draft. Would you rather go with Kelvin Banks or Josh Simmons? Type KB for Kelvin Banks. Type JS for Josh Simmons. Weigh in. Let us know which offensive lineman you rather have. Got a great deal for Chiefs fans. Polos are on sale now for up to 50% off. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos. Got the gray option. Got the red. We got the stripes version. Go see for yourself. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos to get yours today. We also have other Chiefs merchandise available for your liking as well, all in the same place. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Let's tell you more about Josh Simmons. Began his career with the Aztecs of San Diego State before playing his final 2 seasons at The Ohio State. He was named a third-team All-Big Ten selection in 2024 and was a part of Ohio State's national championship squad this past season with the Buckeyes. Although they didn't win the Big Ten, although they lost to Michigan and Oregon in the regular season, he came through, and this team came through when it mattered most there at the end of the 2024 campaign. His grades, solid overall grade, 74.4. Pass block grade, really strong at 82.0. Run block grade, needs some work, 68.7. And most importantly, didn't allow a single sack with just one penalty called. Granted, he missed a portion of the season coming back from injury, but with that small sample size, he looked pretty good on that front. And you look a little further, some more stats from Pro Football Focus. Only one hurry allowed and no hits on the quarterback. Very impressive there with Josh Simmons. Scouting report on Simmons, loose, fluid mover. He's got excellent quickness. The guy can move around quite a bit for his size and skill set there. Very good play strength. The quickness he brings to the table does not affect his strength. He's got both. He's got inside strike ability to punch. He's got some power to him. But in the past, not so much this year, but in the past, he's been careless with penalties. But hopefully that's improved from this point going forward. There are some injury concerns when it comes to Simmons that he's dealt with. But in all honesty, you're kind of just left with what you got when you're picking at 31 at the end of the draft. That's the price you pay for being such a fantastic organization that's competing for Super Bowls every year. So if it's Simmons that I have to take because Banks is gone, I'll be happy with that. I think that can be very good for Kansas City if it works out that way. Either one, getting the offensive line help will go a long way for what the Kansas City Chiefs are looking to do. Should the Chiefs draft Josh Simmons? You got two options here. Type Y for yes, in for no. Your chance to be Brett Veach. Weigh in the comments section and tell us what you think. If you enjoyed today's show, you already know what to do. Hit that like button. We certainly would appreciate it. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on the Chiefs Report.